Hey, what's up, guys? It's Webby, and this is your NXT Cruiserweight Classic review for August 31st, 2016. Had quite the show tonight. First of all, I'm going to go over NXT. Samoa Joe is on the injured list, and he looks pretty irritated. Start the show off with Samoa Joe in the back with William Regal in the train. Apparently he has injuries from NXT Brooklyn takeover, and apparently there are some more that was not revealed. So the trainer is not satisfied and will not let him wrestle anytime soon. So he's on the injured list. This kind of sucks because if he's on the injured list, I was really hoping that this feud would continue between Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. And I was hoping that would build on for a little bit, maybe have a rematch. So if this happens and he's out for a little bit, you know, so what's next for Shinsuke Nakamura? Who's his next opponent? We'll have to see and find out. But as of right now, Samoa Joe is injured. See what happens. But NXT started off with Samoa Joe hurt. I don't know. It was okay, I guess. We go from there to Ty Dillinger versus Buddy Murphy. This was a slam dunk Ty Dillinger win. We all knew this was going to happen. We're starting to build up Ty Dillinger again. So Ty Dillinger picks up the victory. I like this. They're really building him up again. They're really talking about how great he is. So this is pretty good, and I like it. Tommaso Ciampa, I think I said that right, in the back talking about Johnny Wrestling, his tag team partner, and he gets beaten up by the Revival. Don't mess with the Revival. Absolutely don't, because the Revival took him to school. Absolutely demolished Tommaso Ciampa. Absolutely demolished him. Beat him up in the back, took him out to the arena, beat him up there. He tried to come back into the ring. They beat him up some more. Absolutely this was just a squash for the Revival. So after that, we had Steve Cutler versus Kenneth Crawford. This was pretty much a guaranteed win for Steve Cutler. And I'll say this because Steve Cutler had a promo as he was making his way towards the ring. They showed a promo of him doing a promo earlier. It was a pretty good promo, but he did a promo, and Kenneth Crawford, they were just talking about how him being an up and new coming star and about him having a future later on in NXT. So they kind of even drew it out that Kenneth Crawford wasn't going to win this match. Did they put on a good match? Yes, they did. I'm not complaining. It was a very good match. I enjoyed it, but Steve Cutler picked up the victory. Overall, NXT to this week, I really enjoyed. After this, we did have Hideo Itami. I just wanted to point out that one thing I'm not real thrilled about, but whatever. Sometimes people take other characters' moves. As a matter of fact, in WWE, Dolph Ziggler's taking Shawn Michaels' moves right now, his super kick. But Hideo Itami's taken the go to sleep, CM Punk's go to sleep. I I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I know a lot of people are a big fan of that. What do you all think? Are you all a fan of that? I'm not a big fan of him taking the go to sleep, but whatever. Of course, NXT Brooklyn was the first time I saw him take the go to sleep or use the go to sleep. I mean, so anyway, he came out and he was having a promo in the back, and he was talking about how he used to go to sleep and he was going to use to go to sleep on whoever he beat up at NXT Brooklyn and so on and so forth and all that stuff. After that, we had this promo of this new character that's going to be coming, Sanity. I like this, and I wish WWE would do this on their main roster on Raw and SmackDown. I like how this character is going to be. This character seemed portrayed very, very weird and looked like he was going to be very psychotic, and it looked like he was going to be very demon like and very maybe gas like because they had the gas mask on and everything during the promo. Then show who the person was actually going to be. I really like that they did this. So, Sanity. I really like this. I can't wait to see more of these promos, and I wish WWE would do more of this kind of stuff on their main roster. No Way Jose versus Angelo Dawkins. I'm not even going to talk about this match. I'm going to talk about one thing, and that's No Way Jose. Now, I know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to say, "Oh, but Webby, you're so negative, man. You suck, man. You never say anything good, man." Look, No Way Jose. This guy strikes me a little bit like Adam Rose. Kind of a partier type guy. Comes out, dances around, has type music, that kind of stuff. Picked up the victory tonight. Yippee, whoopee. They really gonna do anything with him? Probably not. This is one of these guys, and I hate to tell you all this, and all you NXT extremists out there, but when he gets put up to the main roster, if he gets put up to the main roster, he will go nowhere. Because they'll put the same gimmick on him, just like they did with Adam Rose, and nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing. Oh, but Webby! Oh, but Webby, you're so wrong, man! Yeah, I'm so wrong. That's why everybody thought Adam Rose was going to get over, right? When he had, all his little people out there with him, the Rosebuds or whatever they were called. Yeah, that really worked. It really worked. Yeah, all you puppets out there. Yeah, whatever. So next we had Liv Morgan versus Aliyah. A nothing match. And finally we had what everybody was waiting for. Shinsuke Nakamura addressing his championship victory. And Shinsuke Nakamura, he wanted to face the best in the world before coming to NXT. And there was only one place to face it, and that is NXT. And a lot of you people out there, especially the ones that do YouTube videos, are going to say, this really makes the WWE main roster suck. Because he is saying the best place to wrestle is NXT. I hear this almost on a weekly basis every time I watch reviews. Now, I'm going to say this, and people aren't going to like it, and I don't care. You can agree or disagree with me. Shinsuke Nakamura is on NXT. He's not going to say the best place to wrestle and fight for a championship is on Monday Night Raw. He's not going to say the best place to wrestle and fight for a championship is on SmackDown Live. He is going to say the best place to fight for a championship is on NXT. Duh. Now, does NXT have more pure wrestling and actual better wrestling? Yes. As far as pure wrestling, NXT has better pure wrestling. But for all of you who say that NXT, that the main roster just absolutely sucks, and is horrible. Just because these guys come on here sometimes on a weekly basis and say, well, NXT is the best place to wrestle. Well, they're on NXT brand, so of course they're going to say that NXT brand is the best place to wrestle. Duh. But anyway, NXT overall this week was a very good show. I don't have any complaints about it. I would give NXT a B show. It was a B show. So then we had the CWC, Cruiserweight Classic. And the Cruiserweight Classic does it again. I will give the Cruiserweight Classic an A 100%. The first match, Akira Tozawa versus Gran Metalik. Absolute great matchup. Absolute great contest. These men went back and forth. Absolute terrific. Gran Metalik kicked out of an absolute fabulous deadlift German suplex. You couldn't ask for a better contest than this to open match for the Cruiserweight Classic this week. I was actually pulling for Akira Tozawa to win. Gran Metalik picked up the victory. You couldn't ask for a better contest than this. This was an absolute classic. Both men, absolute great. And I hope they both get signed to either the Cruiserweight division on Raw, or I hope at least one of them gets signed to Raw and one of them gets signed to NXT, because both of them need to get to the WWE roster after the Cruiserweight Classic is over. And Ryan Kendrick versus Kota Ibushi, absolute wonderful, nonstop, 100% best match ever to date that I've seen on the Cruiserweight Classic so far. Kota Ibushi, of course, picked up the victory. Had a beautiful, absolute I've never seen, and I know I talk about German suplexes a lot, but this German suplex that he gave Brian Kendrick from the middle rope all the way from the outside, I couldn't believe that. And Brian Kendrick kicked out. Brian Kendrick continued to show those mind trick and those kind of heel like tactics. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed those. This was overall a great night for the Cruiserweight Classic. Great night for wrestling fans on NXT and Cruiserweight Classic. Overall, couldn't ask for a better night. What do you all think? Leave your comments below. If you enjoyed this review, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. If you haven't watched my Monday Night Raw review with Farva, go back and check that out. If you haven't watched my SmackDown Live review, go back and check that out. Until next time, I'm Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side.